You're live, but I'm feeling dead. This is the Aaron Zero Show, time to get ahead. And another edition of today's noise, all the noise you don't want to hear because you're fed up of it already with all the honking cars and traffic chaos, etc. But we are here with another delightful edition of today's noise. Day 41 of the Iran war. And what do we have? Apparently, we have a shaky ceasefire, a shaky truce, and according to the news reports, China played a major hand in pivoting the parties concerned to peace. That is the USA, Iran, and Israel, I guess. China has a major trade connection with Iran. They buy a lot of their oil and probably will want to get their hands on Iranian minerals and stuff like that. So China apparently gave a guarantee that none of the Iranian leaders would be targeted. I don't know how they gave that, but anyway, that was the guarantee. And so the truce began, but barely had it began when the rogue state Israel began attacking Lebanon with full force, because they claim Lebanon as a piece of their territory, amongst other countries there. And so Iran said that if they do not stop attacking Lebanon, we are going to close the Strait of Hormuz, which they did, and they allowed only a couple of ships. I believe they allowed only six ships, and 2,000 ships are stranded there in the Hormuz area, and the crews are running out of food, etc. So Iran has got a really firm control of the Strait of Hormuz. That is one of the outcomes of the war, which it never had before. It never thought about it, I would say. And so they're going to make a lot of money out of it, $2 million per ship. And apparently somebody else also wants a cut of it. That's Mr. Donald Trump. He says there's lots of money to be made there. Anywhere where there is money to be made, Mr. Trump's ears, they sort of perk up immediately because he wants the money. And apparently, there's up to 500 billion a month or something that could be made. And Mr. Trump, like a good mafia don, wants a cut of that, maybe 250 billion. But Iran has showed itself to be a very strong nation, very resilient in the face of US and Israeli non-stop attacks, which have pulverized the nation. But the Iranian president said 14 million of us are ready to die, probably meaning the citizens of Tehran. And of course, it's a very sad situation. Why should innocent civilians be killed if somebody just wants to drop bombs on them? And Israelis are very good at that. They're killing a lot of people. They've killed a lot of people in Lebanon already, another 300 people, 303. That's the official estimate. Unofficially, God knows it could be 1,000 even. So Israelis have no sense of humanity. After already committing a genocide in Gaza, you would have thought that they would think about it. But as noted columnist Abby Martin said, it's a fascist, racist state, and they think themselves above everybody else. That's basically what it is. And I pity the Indians who are working there because I'm quite sure they would be treated like shit. And our poor Indians need the money, I guess. And if I was that kind in that situation, I would rather work in India, take less pay. And that's what would be better for me, at least. Or go to someplace else, uh, Dubai or something, when the situation quietens down. So that is where we are now on day 41 of the Iran war. It could break, the peace agreement could break. And Mr. J.D. Vance, Vice President of USA, is going to be in Islamabad, Pakistan, I believe tomorrow. to do a negotiations with the Iranian people. Probably the Iranian foreign minister will be there, and it's going to be mediated by Pakistan, probably Oman also. I don't know. But if they do not come to an agreement, then I figure the war would continue because Mr. Trump absolutely does not care about anybody, lives, soldiers, or innocent people. He doesn't care. And according to him, throwing bombs and throwing missiles is the new lingua franca of peace. That's what is in Mr. Trump's head. And back home in the USA, apparently the American people are not very happy. They said they never asked for this war, they never wanted this war. So you can see there are quite a lot of good people in India, in America. No King's protest had 9 million people, brave souls trampling the streets there in the USA. And the Democratic Party has finally got its act together in the House, and they have demanded the impeachment and removal of Mr. Donald Trump. The thing with American law, it is so screwed up that to remove a president is a long, winded process. I don't think the founding fathers ever thought of it. But anyway, you need a two-thirds majority both in the House and in the Senate. That is, two-thirds of the members of the House, two-thirds of the members of Senate have to agree to want to remove Mr. Trump, and then he is gone. The other route is the people in the cabinet, that is Marco Rubio, exit, etc., should say that we want to remove him. And then the vice president apparently sends a letter to the Congress. And then if it is passed, then the acting vice president becomes the acting president. That is Mr. Vance. So it's a long, convoluted process. And who knows what will happen just now. Uh, and Americans are hurting just now at the petrol pump, at the grocery level, all the levels, healthcare, etc. So they are not too happy. They're not happy campers at all. And across America, the price of petrol, or as they call it, gas, is about $4 a gallon or more, which is quite expensive by American standards. So, of course, it has a cascading effect on grocery prices, other items, they will all get more expensive. There's a lot of goods and services moved by trucks, etc. So all that will eat into the limited paychecks of majority of Americans, because the majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and or they're crippled by the credit card bills, etc. It's only the top 1%, your Mark Zuckerberg, Bezos, etc., who are sailing cool with $100 billion fortunes plus. And of course, on top of it is Mr. Musk there with 600 billion, I believe, could be 700 now. So that is the state of affairs in the grand old USA. Who knows? Maybe this American tragedy will be finally over, nightmare. Maybe the Americans will get together and figure it out and remove the Donald. And if he is removed, then of course it's a great victory for the people of the world, by the way, because the rest of the world is suffering also. And the other person to be removed is Mr. Bibi Netanyahu, who's a war criminal. And for years and years and years and years, it seems he has wanted Iran to be bombed. And if you look up on it on the face record, even the leader whom they bumped off, that is Mr. Ali Khamenei, never wanted the nuclear bomb. He said it was an immoral thing. So there itself, you have the supreme leader saying we don't want the bomb. It's just an excuse for attacking another country. They thought it would be a easy run over. They'd have a regime change, and new regime would come who would be their puppets or something. Probably that's what the thinking was. It turned out to be a gross miscalculation. the new regime that has come is full of younger people who are even more hardline. So it's a story gone wrong or story gone wild. So that is what we have to tell you. Of course, here in India, we're getting ready for summer and 40 degrees, which I do not, which I'm dreading. In the entertainment news, there's a band called BTS, South Korean boy band, which has just played out a concert, sold out in Seoul, I believe, South Korea, with 260,000 fans. And they're lined up for a world tour: London, Paris, New York, and other cities. And it's going to bring them in all total with merchandise $5 billion, I believe, or somewhere close to that figure. And that's an amazing figure for performers to have. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's the total figure, including merchandise, traveling, etc., the spin offs. But I'm sure the band itself would probably be paid, I don't know, close to a billion maybe, or hundreds of millions of dollars anyway. So that's quite a different kind of success that today's bands have. And as far as I can see, there are 6 or 7 members of them. They don't play any instruments. So they're all singing along and playing to a track or something, whatever. And I, unfortunately, am a dinosaur. I grew up on the Beatles and the Stones, people who actually play instruments and were very good at playing them and created their own distinctive style using instruments, which I think is the way music should be made. But who am I to tell you that? I do not know anything. And if the youngsters of today want to bop and hop to people who are singing live over tracks, so be it. That is your karma. And on that happy note, and we hope there will be peace in Iran or soon. We hope there's peace upon you too. Goodbye, good luck, and subscribe by the billions.